had a few requests on how I painted my Verdigris knight statue, so I painted up Johann as well. Done a quick tutorial on how I did the Verdigris and the poo on the statue, just painted it up. Really simple paint jobs, anyone can achieve these. They're super quick and easy. Okay, let's get on with it. Hi guys, right, the first colour is Game Colour Bright Bronze from Vallejo. You'll need to do one solid coat of this. You won't need to do two, just do a solid coat. Right, flat base coats down on both ones, Storm Vermin Fur on the stone and the Vallejo Bronze on this one. Now we're just going to give them a wash. This one will be non-oil over the Storm Vermin Fur, and this one will be Agrex Earthshade over the bronze. Bring you back in a sec. There we go, non-oil on this and Agrex Earthshade on this. We're now going to do a couple of layers of Verdigris on this using the Games Workshop Necrotic Oxide, and we're going to dry brush this with successive colours. I will put those in the video because I can't quite remember what they are, and we're also going to do some washes on this. And when the Necrotic Oxide on this is done, we're going to take a look, and we're probably going to try and add some bird poo, probably down his back because that's the only place the bird would sit. They'd sit on his hands and his hat, and the poo would travel down his back, and we'll put that on the base as well. Yeah, nearly done. Right, now for the bird poo. I'm using Schminke Titanium White. It's an acrylic based paint. I got this on my visit to Germany one year. You use some really thin down white and just try and paint some really thin streaks all over the statue. If you can use some reference material, take a look at bronze statues on the internet, and you'll see that the streaks only occur realistically around where the birds sit. Obviously you'll get flyover and stuff, but there will be a lot of accumulated bird poo where the birds sit, and it will transfer down to the pedestal as well, because rain will just take particles of it away. As you can see, I'm just about here, I'm doing some streaks, and I'm doing a big dollop on his heel and some on his hat and stuff. So yeah, once you've got where you want it to go, then once that's dry, I use some really watered down Storm Vermin Fur to give a variation of colour, because bird poo isn't white, it's like brown, black, white stuff. Unfortunately, yes, some gross research went into this, but yeah, so yeah, I'll let you watch the rest. I'll play some music. Cheers. Right, now we're going to add some weathering and some damp patches to the actual column plinth. These colours are Althonian Camo Shade and obviously Lamia Medium. It's probably a 3-to-1 mix. Althonian is the 3 and the Lamia Medium is the 1. We push it into the corners of where water would collect and dripping down from the top. And it looks like it's going to pool, but I take a very dry brush and then I just stipple it. it spreads the colours out along, and it gives a nice blend into the texture as well. So I use this for every application pretty much. We're going to do Arthonian camel shade here, not camel shade. And then we do a 1-to-1 mix of Agrax Earthshade and Lahmian Medium as well, right into the deepest recesses at the top of the plinth and the bottom of the plinth. And then once again, right at the end, we're going to add a very, very small Bale Tan Green neat shade. You add a tiny bit and then you stipple it out with the brush again. And that will help give a variation to the green so it doesn't look all the same. And it will take the darkness out of the Agrax Earthshade just a little bit. So this is just showing you how I'm doing it. I keep the two brushes handy. Right, I'll let you watch it and I'll play some music. Right, there we go. The column's looking nice and weathered. We're now going to transfer the verdigris and the bird poop to the column. I'm going to take Nicolic Oxide, water it down with just straight water realistically. I'm using actually the dirty water from my paint pots that adds a little bit of variation of the colour into it as well. So as you can see, I'm wiping a bit off. I just stippled it. I'm trying to stipple it into the places where the water would naturally collect from the statue. A lot of it's going to roll down the statue to the feet, but it would naturally collect on the arms and off the chin and stuff, and it would drip onto the floor, dragging bits of verdigris with it along the way. I mean, this is going to take years to actually happen, but this is an ancient statue. And when the water rolls off the top of the plinth, you're going to automatically get bits of verdigris dripping down the side. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to make sure that it goes where it would necessarily go. And when it dries, it's going to be a little less of an effect anyway. We're also going to add the bird poo. We're adding exactly the same way as we did before. We're going to do the white first, a watered down white, and stipple that onto where the birds would sit and where it would drip down to. Again, adding the Eshin Grey, not the Storm of Ermine Fair, as I corrected myself earlier, to make the variation. Again, making it drag down the sides of the pillar ever so slightly. And yeah, basically where the birds would sit. This is the last stage before it's finished, other than they're doing a clear coat on it. I've yet to get my clear coat because I won't be using any of the Games Workshop stuff because it's rubbish. But I will be getting probably a water-based polyurethane spray. If it's not water-based, it will yellow over time. So get a water-based one and I'll polyurethane that, and I'm also going to use it on my buildings as well. It's important when you get a spray like that you get the matte version, otherwise it will be very, very glossy, or it'll have a very horrible satin finish, and you don't want that for your buildings. You want a matte look because you want the texture and the paint that you've put on it to come through. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let's show you the rest of this, how I'm painting it. I'll play some more music and I'll be back to you at the end. Here we have the finished figure. Let's try and get some. There we go. You see there's a lot of poop down his back, on his head and his arms where the birds would have sat. I transferred that down to the plinth and down the side of the plinth as well, as you can see. Don't worry about too much verdigris. This is how bronze would look. No one's going to clean this statue. It's in a medieval village. Here is the hero. There is a little story behind these. I'm going to share that on social media on my Instagram page once I've figured it out fully. Basically, he ran into the village after being attacked by a load of ogres and giants. So he's a hero for warning them, and he's the hero for eventually defeating them all. The reason why he's running is because that's the last image of anybody saw him as he ran into the back attack where they come around the back. And he was eaten by the ogres, but he's a hero nonetheless for warning the village. Obviously, he destroyed them, apparently. But there we go. So they're all mortalised. I will add some more brass plaques here to denote that. I've got to design those and get them printed out, or I might just add them on paper. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, thanks very much, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you like. Yeah, cheers. Bye.